there, Deb Mundy here, and today we're going to talk about the pros and cons of living in Virginia Beach, aka Hampton Roads, and we're starting right now. So thanks to those of you that have reached out to us and asked us questions about what it's like to live in Virginia Beach. And seriously, if you're moving here or thinking about moving here and you have questions, be sure to reach out. Text me, call me, whatever works for you. I'll be looking for you. And if you like this information, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons so you don't miss any of our great information. So today we're going to start with the cons. What are the things after living here all my life are the things that I'm not crazy about living in Virginia Beach? So the first thing we're going to talk about is the weather. So we've got really moderate weather here. It's really beautiful most of the year. We do have some hot summers. They're not all hot, and not every day is hot, but we do have our 95-degree humid summer days. The average temperature in the summer in Hampton Roads is anywhere between 74 and 89 degrees, which surprised me a little bit because I'm really aware of the 95-degree days because it's a hot summer this year. But I remember last year was not like this. We had mostly 80-degree days, so that average kind of makes sense to me. But you know, in a summer like we're having now, you're going to want to either be in air conditioning or at the beach or in the pool. One of those three things, right? You're not going to spend a lot of time outside when it's 95 and humid unless you have to. And then, you know, in the wintertime, our average temperature is anywhere between 34 and 59 degrees. 59 degrees. Yeah, I can remember a lot of Thanksgivings and Christmases where we were out on the beach, right? So we have those gorgeous, gorgeous fall Indian summers, and even some really nice, you know, winters that are super moderate. So if you like snow, if you like ice, yeah, we don't have much of that at all. In fact, we have snowfall every only couple of years here. So that's our moderate, you know, winter weather. And we also have hurricanes. So, you know, the hurricanes come up from the Caribbean and they come up the East Coast, but we're protected mostly by the barrier islands in North Carolina. So we don't get many direct hits here at all. Usually by the time they get to Virginia Beach, they're like a category 1 or 2, just some high winds, and then moving on either out to sea or up the coast, or moving around us completely. Okay, the next thing, if you're planning on buying a home in Hampton Roads, you have to consider that some of our homes require flood insurance, and that's because of our low elevation here by the water. Not all homes require it, and it's definitely something you want to check into, especially if you need a mortgage, because it will enter into your qualification. You'll have to qualify for that mortgage with the flood insurance included in your payment. So you definitely want to look into that. I'll put a link below that'll show you where you can go to check out any specific addresses you might have in mind or neighborhoods. And if you want me to check on it for you, I'll be happy to. Okay, the next con is traffic / bridges and tunnels, because here in Hampton Roads, compared to most cities our size, we don't have very bad traffic except for rush hours, right? Which is kind of true in any city. But what our challenge is all this water and all the bridges and tunnels that we have that seems to be a bottleneck if the traffic is heavy. So when you live in Hampton Roads, I highly recommend that you use a Waze app or another app that will let you know where the high traffic spots are in the area, and you might want to use another route. So because we do have a lot of bridges and tunnels, there are more than 1 or 2 ways to get places. Of course, the app is going to tell you which ones have the highest traffic. A lot of times you can drive further miles and get there quicker because the tunnel's not backed up or there's not traffic on the bridges. Tunnels are the main culprit here, but that is definitely a con, and you definitely have to consider it if you're having to go somewhere during a rush hour, during any kind of high traffic times. You're going to need to consider the traffic and check that app out before you get in the car or before you take off. The next con is swearing. It is against the law to swear in public in Virginia and the whole state. And you can be charged up to a $250 fine for swearing in public. How's that? I don't know how many states have that, but Virginia does. Hold your tongue. If you're in public, you don't want to fine. And then the last thing I'll talk about is our jet noise as a con. Some people look at it as a con. You know, it is loud, it can be disturbing, but you know what? We call it the sound of freedom. And you know, if you're on the phone and you're in a high noise zone, or if you're having a conversation with a friend, you do have to kind of pause and let it go over and then start again. You know, we do have those high noise zones. It's not a big area. It's near the Oceana Naval Base, if you know where that is. And you know, if you live around there, you are gonna experience some loud noises when the jets fly over. And you don't have to choose to live there. Of course, you can shop and eat there and you'll hear it. So that's part of living in Virginia Beach. Okay, and now for what I love to talk about, the pros of living in Hampton Roads, Virginia Beach, Virginia. So Wallet Hub, which is a national website, voted Virginia Beach as the second best large city to live in. And they base that on 3 factors. Number 1, affordability. We were the third most affordable city to live in their opinion. We were number 4 in safety and number 7 in education. Out of 63 cities that they looked at, Virginia Beach was the only city in Virginia that made the list at all. So those things are really important to me too, and are definitely in the pros of things I love about Virginia Beach. First of all, affordability. It is a super place to come and buy a home because we are below the national average of $320,000 for the average home price in most cities. In Virginia Beach, it's $263,000. So it's a great place to come and invest in real estate. And a lot of our military, when they move here, I know a lot of my friends, this is the first place out of many, many places that they've lived where they came and felt like they could afford, and it would be a great investment for them to come here and buy a home. So that makes my life easy as a realtor. Definitely something I love about it. Now, the second reason we made the list is something that's really important to me as a mom, and that's safety. Of course, every mom wants to know that she's living in a safe place, that her kids are safe, that she's going to be safe in her home, right? Really important to us. So, a couple things that make that up. We've got 27 military bases in Virginia. We've got military all around us, and that makes us feel safe and perhaps is a factor in making us safe. Advisor Smith's published a study just in June of this year that said that Virginia Beach was the number 1 city ranked for safety. I have to second that. Living here, I've always felt safe. The last thing that I love about Virginia Beach, it's the water everywhere, water sports everywhere. I can get out and paddleboard anytime I want. My son surfs. We have got every water sport that you can imagine. And the beach is no more than 20 minutes away from anybody living in Virginia Beach or Hampton Roads for that matter. You're always within 20-30 minutes of a beach. And the water here is just phenomenal. Now, going along with that water, because we're on the East Coast, and then we have the bay also on the East Coast, but because of where it's positioned, you can literally see the sunrise and the sunset from the same beach. We have the most beautiful sunrises and sunsets here in Hampton Roads. And that's got to be one of my very favorite things along with the water. So there's a lot to love here, a whole lot to love. And I'd love for you to come check it out, come experience it, and ask me what questions you have about it. Whatever comes to mind, I can talk about that on our next video. So next time you think about Virginia Beach, Hampton Roads, think of me, Deb Bundy, and be sure to reach out with any questions that you have. Text me, call me, send me an email, send those smoke signals. I don't care, however you want to reach out. And I am looking forward to hearing from you. Be sure again to like and subscribe if you want to hear more of this.